Alright, so in this video, I just want to share with you 5 reasons why I humbly believe that my Hyperion Organic High Mountain Oolong tea is basically the best tea that you could buy. And I say that based on my own experience, my own research, and the dozens and dozens and dozens of people that I've let try this tea and that I've brewed for them personally, and they have concluded pretty much the same thing as well. That's ranging from people who know nothing about tea, people who are kind of, general casual tea drinkers, all the way to connoisseurs, aficionados, and people that have been in the industry for a long time, people that own very successful large corporations that are in this business, people that have dedicated their life to healing and alternative things and natural health, and a lot of diverse experiences is what I'm trying to illustrate. And tea is something that I really fell in love with about a year and a half ago, I should say. And after spending so many years researching herbalism and tonic herbalism and health and diet and all these things, I never really got turned on to tea. And I guess, it's one of those timing things. But basically, for some reason, something just clicked. I think it was maybe February of 2014 or something like that, where things kind of really clicked on and turned on for me. And then from then on, I went from, knowing very little about tea to basically fully immersing and educating myself, buying every book on Amazon, reading everything there was online, and even reading a book that was basically just it's like about 1,000 pages, and the book is just a compilation of all the scientific research that's been done on tea and all the different nuances for health, for quality, for all these different things. And that just really keyed something onto me. So if you're not drinking high quality tea, I think you should be. And I think if you're gonna drink something, then it should be the best. If you're gonna eat something, it should be the best. That's my personal belief system. Because sure, you could go to the grocery store and get a box of quote Oolong tea for $8 or $5 or $4 or something. Whereas you could get something from my website, which is just an empty bag, but that's the logo, and it's gonna be, I don't know, anywhere from $32 to $45 for basically a 2-ounce bag. But a 2-ounce bag will yield a lot of cups, and then basically when you do the math, it ends up being very affordable for pretty much what is considered to be some of the best tea on the planet that humans can possibly consume. And it ends up being less than $1 a cup, like somewhere around 60 to 75 cents per cup for some of the best tea on the planet, which I can't think of any other health beverage that provides so much health benefits, so many somatic and physiological effects, and just delicious flavor and enjoyment and physical pleasure for such a cheap price. So it's a pretty amazing thing, and that's part of what really blew me away with it. And I don't want to go into too much about educating about tea, but if you have questions, which you probably do because not that many people are really up to school or up to date on tea, post them below and I'll do other videos. But to get to the point of the video, we want to talk about, why is my stuff the best? Why do I personally think it's the best? Number one, all the tea that I sell and I offer and I stand behind was sourced directly from small, sustainably run and managed family-owned farms directly from Taiwan. So there's no corporations, there's no middlemen, there's no huge, weird, shady things going on. It's really small-scale, family, hands-on, artisan kind of operation. So when we're drinking this caliber of tea, it's not just a commodity, it's pretty much a work of art. It's a living work of art that we can connect with. And all of these teas were hand selected by me, and I spent a long time, a lot of money, and tried so many different teas. But this leads me to number 2, is that I wanted to make sure that each tea was sourced from these kinds of farms that have this kind of integrity and this kind of commitment to quality. And number two, to make sure that every tea is hand-picked and hand-processed by artisans. And I say that word literally, meaning people who this is a work of art for them. This is a craft. This isn't like, it's not just their job. They don't just show up for 9 to 5 and do something and then go home. No, this is their life, something that they really stand behind. And it's really a work of art and a real thing of passion and love for these people. And personally, I can taste it because, you know, I'll go to various tea shops. I've tried pretty much all the organic or all the high mountain oolongs that you can buy online, and nothing really comes close. And when you really pay attention and you experience the differences, you can feel the difference. Meaning, I can go to a tea shop, get a supposed high mountain oolong from Taiwan, and I'll drink it, and immediately I start to feel jittery, or I get like a head rush, or my nervous system feels a little agitated, or really the energy of it is not that agreeable. Whereas the teas that I source and stand behind have a really smooth, mellow, even energy to them, because they are, like, number 3 reason is all teas are tested to be free of any chemicals, any residuals, any pollutants of any kind, and they all come back negative, which is a fairly unique thing in the tea industry, because a lot of it is pretty low quality. Because let's face it, most people don't really know. Most people don't know the difference. Most people aren't really educated or up to speed. So, you know, what do you really expect? So that's why I really chose these kinds of teas. And when we start talking about the high mountain oolongs, which is personally all I really care about, basically we understand that oolong is anything between green and black. So green, we could say, is really yin and extremely minimal oxidation and or roasting, whereas black is a bit more yang and it's extreme oxidation and or roasting, depending on the batch or the artisan or whatever. So oolong can be anything in between that. Personally, I go for the more yin, kind of chilling, kind of really balanced, kind of mellow teas that have a really fresh, floral, kind of springtime component to them. And these are probably the average oxidation levels anywhere from 15 to 30%, depending on the tea, which keeps it still pretty green. But the thing is with green tea is that we can't necessarily drink a lot of it because it hasn't been roasted and or oxidized to take out some of the toxic compounds, which can be irritating to the stomach or the digestive system or sometimes the nervous system. Which that's what makes oolong, in my opinion, superior, is that you can drink a lot of it, you can drink a lot more of it, and there's not really side effects. The only side effect that I've ever seen is it can be a slight diuretic, which is a fairly healthy thing most of the time, and it can help to release inflammation in the digestive system. So if we're backed up or we need to evacuate, then it can help us do that. Not in a weird, like rushy kind of way, but just naturally helping digestive system to function more optimally. So that's kind of the buzz that I'm a little bit more into, is a bit more yin, more cool, more calming, because I think that's just a bit more balancing for most people. So this leads us to reason number 4, which is the unmatched flavor and the unmatched somatic effects. This is because of the quality and the time and the energy that has gone into it, as well as the higher elevation for growing the tea. And there's numerous studies which prove and demonstrate that higher quality equals more health benefits. Better processing equals a more balanced and smooth effect on the body, because different teas affect the nervous system in different ways. For example, the caffeine in these types of oolongs tends to not really hit the nervous system or the adrenals so much, but actually, go for the organs a bit more. Whereas some teas can really hit the adrenals and the nervous system and be like cardio stimulant and get you all sort of hyped up, which can be great if that's what you need, but personally I'm not attracted to that, and I don't think it's really that sustainable. So the oolong is definitely a much more sustainable, even keel type of buzz. And for me, I can drink it pretty much any time, day or night, and it doesn't really jack me up. It doesn't keep me wide awake at night. But it really kind of just depends on, your own metabolism and obviously the kind of water you use, how you brew, and all these various details, which I'm not going to go into in this video. Which gets me to reason number 5 that I mentioned earlier, which is that basically everyone that I've ever brewed this for on any part of the scale of tea experience has concluded and agreed that this is really some of the best tea that they've ever had, if not the best tea that they've ever had. And this is just a really experiential thing. And I know watching the video, you're kind of like, oh, this guy's just, full of shit. He's trying to sell me on some things. He's trying to, get me to buy his products. Honestly, it's really not the case, because I don't know if you've been paying attention for however long this video's been, but this is quite the opposite of a hard sell. And I never do hard sell, and I never have, because I don't really need to, because this tea is the best. I can demonstrate and prove why it's the best. Anyone that tastes it and tries it agrees with that statement, so why would I really need to be salesy or like douchey about it? There's really no reason. This is just honestly my belief and what I passionately stand behind. And even if I didn't sell it, I mean, I could show you my cabinets. They're literally full of these kinds of teas, and I drink them every day. And I have drank them every day for the last year and a half, and I probably will for however long for the rest of my life, probably, because I've seen the tremendous health benefits and just the enjoyment and the ritual and just a whole load of different things, which I've covered in other videos. So that's pretty much the 5 reasons why I think my tea is the best, and I passionately stand behind that belief. And if you want to read more, you want to learn more, just go to my website, which is Organic Oolong Tea. Or if you just go to Hyperion Herbs, they're on there as well. Same tea, just different ways of accessing it. If you're new to tea or you want to learn more about it, I highly recommend going to organicoolongtea.com, because I spent a long time, a lot of time and energy putting all this research and information together on the website, educating on the full spectrum of tea, as far as the philosophical side of it, the spiritual side of it, the history, the health benefits, how to brew it, what is oolong tea, what are the differences, and then answering all of the different questions that people probably might come up with. And doing it and presenting the information in a really visual way that's super easy to digest and to basically consume. So I highly recommend that. And I'm probably just gonna go drink some more tea now. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I didn't really have any type of outline or organization. I just scribbled 5 rough reasons on my computer. It's pretty low key, no real agenda other than basically sharing an honest belief that I have, and then why I have that belief, and then sharing that lots of other people that I've talked to and people that have bought the tea have basically said the same thing. So if you are new to tea, you should check out my other videos on tea and/or check out the website. If you have any questions or you want to learn more, you can also post a comment. But either way, thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you soon.